A very good afternoon to all of you. I am Atika Firdaus from Government B.Ed College of Education, Akola. And today we are going to discuss about physical science lesson. Before starting a new lesson, we will discuss about some information. Firstly, do you know which are the three types in which elements are classified? As we all know that each and every objects or materials in this world made from the compound elements and their mixtures. Therefore, scientists classified into three types, that is metals, non-metals and metalloids. Today in this lesson we are going to discuss about metal, non-metals and metalloids. Our subject is physical science. And our topic is metal and non-metal. And in this lesson we will learn metal, non-metal and metalloids step by step with their physical and chemical properties with the help of slides.
Elements are classified as metals, non-metals and metalloids. Metals are gold, silver, aluminium. Non-metals, sulfur, phosphorus. And then metalloids, germanium, boron. Physical state. Metals are generally solid at room temperature. Mercury is exceptional metal which exists in liquid form at room temperature. Non-metals exist in three states: solid, liquid and gaseous. Metals are lustrous in nature. Let's prove this by doing an activity. Take a break piece of gold and sulfur and place them in a dark room. Switch on the light. When light falls on the gold and solid sulfur pieces, you will observe that gold shines while solid sulfur does not. Hence, we can conclude that metals are lustrous in nature, while non-metals are non-lustrous in nature. Metals are usually hard and very strong. Hardness varies from metals to metals. Metals like sodium and potassium are soft and can be easily cut with a knife. So metals are generally hard, but a few metals like sodium, potassium are exception. Malleability and ductility. Metals are malleable and ductile in nature. Let us do an activity. To show this, take an iron block and strike on it with a hammer. You will observe that iron changes into a sheet. This property is called malleability. Copper changes into wire by doing some mechanical work. This property is called ductility. Non-metals do not show malleable and ductile nature. For example, coal and sulfur. Malleability of materials. Let us do an activity to demonstrate malleability of materials. Take a small iron nails and coal piece, a piece of thick aluminum wire and a pencil lead. Beat the iron nail with a hammer. Try to hit hard. Now hit hard the aluminum wire. Now repeat this activity on the coal piece and pencil lead. You will observe that iron nail and aluminum wire get flattened on hammering, while the coal piece and the pencil lead break into pieces. Thus, the property of materials by which they can be beaten into thin sheet is called malleability. Notice when your mom cooks food in metallic pot in kitchen and touches this pot with pan hand and her hand gets burned. Why does this happen? Metals are good conductors of heat and electrical conductivity with the help of following activity. Set up a simple electrical circuit as shown here. Hold a piece of copper metal with the help of crocodile lips between the terminal A and B. The bulb glows. Repeat the same activity with a piece each of iron and magnesium. Take other metal as your choice one by one. You will observe that bulb glows in each of these cases, but brightness varies. Thus, it can be concluded that metals are good conductors of electricity. Electrical conductivity of materials. Let us do an activity. Set up a simple electrical circuit as shown here. Take some materials such as iron rod, sulfur, piece of coal and copper wire. Hold the iron rod with the help of crocodile clips between the terminal A and B. The bulb glows. Repeat the activity with sulfur, coal piece and copper wire one by one and observe. You will observe that in case of sulfur and coal piece, the bulb does not glow, while in case of copper wire, it glows. This activity shows that iron rod and copper wire are good conductors of electricity, while sulfur and coal piece are bad conductors of electricity. A pin strike a metal with a hard surface to ring the bell. Metals when struck with a hard surface or against each other produce sound. Such metals are said to be sonorous. Take a strip of magnesium and clean with sandpaper. Hold it with a tongue pair or holder and bring to the flame of burner and let it burn. Collect the ashes form and dissolve them into water. Test the resultant solution one by one with red and blue litmus paper to check whether it is acidic or basic. You will observe that red litmus paper turns blue. The magnesium oxide is a basic in nature. Metals react with oxygen to produce basic oxidize. Reaction with oxygen. When iron is exposed to moisture, it corrodes readily and gets covered with a brown flaky substance called rust. Chemically, rust is hydrated iron oxide Fe2O3 2H2O. Similarly, when copper vessel is exposed to moist air for long, it acquires full green coating. The green layer is mixture of copper hydroxide and copper carbonate. The reaction takes place as nature of metal oxide. Take 1 spoonful of rust in a beaker and add some amount of water in it. You will observe that the rust remains suspended in water. Shake the suspension well. Now test the solution with red and blue litmus paper. You will observe that the red litmus paper turns blue while the blue litmus paper remains as it is. Thus we can conclude that the solution is a basic in nature, and this activity shows that oxide of iron is a basic in nature. Collect samples of sodium, magnesium, iron and copper. Put small pieces of these samples separately in china dish having some cold water one by one. We will observe sodium reacts violently with cold water while others do not react with cold water, and magnesium reacts with hot water while others do not react with hot water. In case 1, take a glass wool, soak in a water, put iron wire in a test tube. Iron reacts with a steel. Bring bulbs and iron reacts with like this case first. In case 2, Repeat this experiment. Hydrogen gas is not produced. Let us do an activity. Reaction with water. Take a 250 ml beaker, fill it half with water. Cut a small piece of sodium metal carefully. Dry it using filter paper and wrap it in a small piece of cotton. Put the wrapped sodium piece into the beaker and observe, keeping away from the beaker. You will observe that sodium reacts with hydrogen and to form sodium hydroxide. You will the beaker completing the reaction, it becomes hot. Now taste the solution with red and blue litmus papers. Metals and non-metals. Reaction with acid. Take a samples of magnesium ribbon, aluminum foil, iron fillings, peat copper, charcoal powder and sulfur powder in separate test tube and label them A, B, C, D and F. Add 5 ml of dilute hydrochloric acid to each test tube one by one using a dropper. You will observe that some gases evolved in the test tube A, B and C, while none in the rest. Now bring a burning matchstick near the mouth of the test tube A, B and C. The evolving gas burns with a pop sound. The test tube D, E and F do not evolve any gas because they do not react with the acid. This activity shows that metals react with acid to form salt and give out hydrogen gas, while the non-metals do not react with acid. Take a test tube containing freshly prepared sodium hydroxide solution. Add a piece of aluminum foil using a spatula into it. You will observe bubbles form in the test tube. Now bring a burning matchstick near the mouth of test tube. The evolving gas burns. We conclude that metals react with base to produce hydrogen gas. Take 4 beakers half filled with water. Label them as A, B, C and D. Take in A, add copper sulfate plus zinc granules. In beaker B, copper sulfate and iron nails. In beaker C, zinc sulfate and copper turnings. In D, iron sulfate and copper turnings. Stir the contents in each beaker and leave it for some time. You will observe that blue color of copper sulfate disappears in the beakers A and B, and powdery red mass of copper precipitate at the bottom of the beaker. We conclude that more reactive metal displaces less reactive metals from its salt. Zinc and iron are more reactive. Uses of metals. Metals like copper and aluminium are used to make electric wires since they are good conductors of electricity. Some metals such as zinc are used for galvanizing iron as a protective layer against rusting. Metals such as aluminium, copper and iron are used to make utensils. Mercury is used in thermometers. Metals such as silver, gold and platinum are used to make jewelry. Nickel and chromium are used for electroplating. Metals being very hard and strong are used as a building materials.
In today's lecture we have learned about metals, non-metals and metalloids and their physical properties also, and uses of metal. Okay, I hope you have understood very well. Next, let's move towards our next point, that is your homework. And the question is that distinguish between metal and non-metal. You have to do your homework, and this is a very important question for your point of examination. Thanks.